Deep in the Negev desert, in southern Israel, lies Al-Araqib. Basic services are non-existent in this Bedouin village, which is cut off from the outside world. Even the bomb shelter was built by locals.
When people hear the sirens, they start running. And they can hide here. It fits about 12 to 13 people. The rockets fall next to us. The last one fell close by, around 100 meters away.
A couple of tents, a few families, and a cemetery is all that's left of the village, which was once home to over 500 people. The Israeli government has demolished it more than 200 times. It says it's illegal because it doesn't have a building permit. But Aziz says it's impossible to get one, so villagers like him keep rebuilding it anyway.
This country deliberately makes laws to discriminate against its own Palestinian citizens. Its laws are racist against its Palestinian minority. I'm a citizen of Israel, but this is not a state. It's everything but a state. In modern and democratic countries, the whole point of a state is to protect its citizens, to provide them with security.
Up to 55% of Israel's Bedouins live in poverty. Saba, Aziz's wife, takes us inside her tent and shows us how her family lives. She sometimes waits 2 or 3 days before showering her children.
This is our life in Al-Araqib. We're living as if we've gone back in time, 100 years. We pump the water that we used to clean the dishes and to shower from a well. But for the water we used to drink and cook with, we have to fill a 10-liter tank every day. This is our daily struggle. You see that white bucket? It's our urinal. It's like 100 years ago. There's no infrastructure.
One way the government hopes to plug the financial hole caused by the war in Gaza is by slashing funding for programs aimed at supporting Israel's Arab communities. Some lifted young Bedouins from villages like these out of poverty by helping them to enroll in Israeli universities. NGOs have slammed the move as short-sighted. In Tel Aviv, Palestinians with Israeli citizenship are raising the alarm.
For many years we did briefings, and it's our first time to have the Chinese ambassador with us. And I'm happy that all of you gave us the opportunity to try to present in front of you the situation of the Arab community.
Jafar Farah leads the Mosawa Center, a group that defends the rights of Israel's Arab minorities. He's organized a conference to warn of the dangers that lie ahead.
The budget cutbacks amount to around 5%, but the cuts for Israel's Arab Palestinians is disproportionately high at roughly 15% over the next 3 years. The situation was troubling even before the war. They struggle with high rates of poverty, crime and violence. The budget was meant to address this through the development of industrial zones and infrastructure. The money shouldn't be viewed as donations, but an investment to create economic opportunities.
Barely an hour's drive from prosperous Tel Aviv lies one of Israel's poorest and most crime-ridden cities. Organized crime is rife in al-Fahm, an Arab city which borders the occupied West Bank. Victims and their family members rarely speak out. The very few who do insist on staying anonymous, fearing revenge attacks from local gangs.
My brother wasn't connected to any criminal gangs or the black market in any way. He was a helpful person. We found out about his murder on social media. Some users post news and pictures about people who have been killed and murdered without any respect for the dead or injured. The level of crime now is like a cancer that's spreading across the country. We hope that the scourge will disappear.
The development plans aim to reduce crime in Arab communities by investing in local industry. Now, he says he feels abandoned by the government.
A government that respects its citizens wouldn't cut budgets that can help reduce poverty and crime. A government that cares would invest more money in budgets that support education and welfare. That's the only way to fight crime and violence, by reducing poverty and educating people. The current government doesn't care about us and the violence afflicting us. It isn't a priority for them. The last government made some progress, But this government simply doesn't care, and neither does the police.
According to a report published by an Israeli NGO that defends equal rights, 244 people were killed in Israel's Arab communities in 2023. That's more than double the previous year. The report says only 10% of those crimes have been solved by police.